Hello students, good morning. Now I am going to teach lesson 8, that is periodic classification of element from science. Okay, periodic classification of elements. In the last class, what are the things we discussed about this lesson? That is features of groups, features of periods, then periodic properties. So lot of things in the last class we discussed. For that, this periodic properties, just remember it. What are the periodic properties we studied? Atomic radius, ionic radius, ionization energy. These three topics in the last class we discussed, right? So what are the periodic properties? 5 properties are there. That is atomic radius, ionic radius, ionization energy, electron affinity and electronegativity. Okay. So in the last class we discussed atomic radius means what? Atomic radius means the distance between the center of the nucleus and outermost shell. Okay, so that is distance between the center of its nucleus and the valence shell, that is called as atomic radius. Then ionic radius means what we studied? The distance between the ions, that means the distance between the positive ion and negative ion, positive ions and negative ions, that is called as ionic radius. The next, ionization energy. Ionization energy means energy required to remove the electrons. Energy required to remove the electrons to form a cation. So that energy is called as ionization energy. Okay. So have you understood these three terms? Already we discussed. Atomic radius means the distance between its nucleus and the outermost shell. Ionic radius means distance between the positive ion and negative ion. The next, ionization energy means energy required to remove the electron. Okay, energy required to remove the electron. That energy is called as ionization energy. This ionization energy has one more name, that is ionization enthalpy. Okay. Then today we are going to discuss electron affinity and electronegativity. Okay, first we can study this electron affinity. Electron affinity means electron attraction. That means one atom can attract the electron from another one atom. Have you understood? So electron affinity means electron attraction. So electron attraction here, this electron affinity is just opposite this ionization energy. In ionization energy, what we study? Energy required, right? Here electron affinity means energy released. Okay, electron affinity means what? Energy released. When an gaseous atom gain one electron, already I told you electron affinity means electron attraction. Okay, so for example, see chlorine gas. You can take chlorine gas. When the chlorine gas gain one electron, this chlorine attracts this electron to form Cl minus. Okay, that is anion. This is also gas. At that time, it will release the heat. So that is called as electron affinity. Okay, so under this topic, what we are studying? When a gaseous molecule gain electron to form anion. Anion means negative charge. Okay, so when a gaseous molecule gain one electron to form anion and release the heat, that is called as electron affinity. In electron affinity, in the period wise, you all know periodic table, right? Periodic table contains how many elements? 118 elements. It is separated as two forms, that is groups and periods. Okay. In this electron affinity, in a group, in a period, from left to right is called as periods, right? In the last class we discussed. So in the period, electron affinity is increases. Okay, in period, electron affinity is increases. In groups, electron affinity is decreases. Okay, in period, electron affinity is increases. In groups, electron affinity is decreases. Here what we discussed, in period, atomic radius is decreases. In In period, atomic radius decreases. In groups, atomic radius increases. Then ionic radius also same as this atomic radius. In periods, ionic radius decreases. In groups, ionic radius increases. This ionization energy also we studied. This atomic radius increases. In period, ionization energy increases. In groups, ionization energy decreases. Okay, like that this electron affinity. In period, electron affinity increases. In groups, electron affinity decreases. The next, electron negativity. Electron negativity means the tendency of an atom. Okay, the tendency of an atom attract the shared pair of electron. The tendency of an atom attract the shared pair of electrons. Shared pair of electrons. That means you can consider HCl molecule. You all know HCl, hydrochloric acid. So this hydrochloric acid, in between one bond is there, right? So this bond contains two electrons. This end contains one electron and this end contains another electron. So listen, compare this hydrogen and chlorine. This chlorine has more electronegativity. Okay, this chlorine has more electronegativity, so that this chlorine will attract this electron. Okay, this chlorine will attract this electron towards itself. Okay, it will attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself. Okay, so this now this bond will break and this chlorine will get negative charge. Okay, because this chlorine attracts the electron towards itself, so this chlorine will get negative charge and this hydrogen will get positive charge. Okay, that is called as electronegativity. So electronegativity means the tendency of atom attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself in a covalent bond. Okay, the tendency of atom may be hydrogen atom or chlorine atom. Okay, so the tendency of atom attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself in a covalent bond is called as electronegativity. Example, HCl. Let us consider HCl molecule. This chlorine has more electronegativity. Okay, chlorine has more electronegativity. So this chlorine will attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself to form a negative charge, that is chlorine minus, and this hydrogen will get positive charge. So in this electronegativity, it is a Pauling scale. Pauling scale, one scale is there. So this Pauling scale is used to determine the electronegativity. Okay, Pauling scale is used to determine the electronegativity. For that, atom will get some electronegativity value that is given in your book. Okay, please check it. So this Pauling scale is used to determine the electronegativity. If the difference in electronegativity of two atoms is 1.7, if the difference in electronegativity of two atoms is 1.7, means that atom contains 50% covalent character and 50% ionic character. 50% covalent character and 50% ionic character. If the electronegativity value is, if the electronegativity is less than 1.7, if the electronegativity is less than 1.7, means that bond must be considered as covalent nature. Okay, this is very important 1 mark question. So please underline it, student. Page number 111 it is given. Okay, so if if the electronegativity is less than 1.7, means the bond is considered as covalent character. If the electronegativity is greater than 1.7, means the bond is considered as ionic character. Have you understood? understood this electronegativity? And one more point is that this electron affinity, this electronegativity also, in the period from left to right, electronegativity increases. From top to bottom in the groups, electronegativity decreases. So this point also underlined it, one more question. So can you study the periodic properties? So how many periodic properties? 5. What are they? Atomic radius, ionic radius, ionization energy, electron affinity, electron negativity. Okay, atomic radius means distance between the center of its nucleus and outermost shell. Then ionic radius means distance between the positive and negative ion. In atomic radius, in the period it will be decreases, in the groups it will be increases. In ionic radius, the periods decreases, groups increases. And ionization energy means energy required to remove an electron. Okay, that is called as ionization energy. In ionization energy, in the periods it will increases, in groups it will decreases. Then electron affinity means what? Energy released when gaseous atom gain electron to form anion. Okay, energy released when gaseous atom gain electron to form anion. That is called as electron affinity. In electron affinity, in the period it will be increases, in groups it will be decreases. Then electron negativity means the tendency of atom attract the shared pair of electrons. The tendency of atom attract the shared pair of electrons in a covalent bond. Let us consider HCl molecule. In this HCl molecule, this chlorine has more electronegativity than this hydrogen. So this chlorine will attract this shared pair of electron towards itself, so that this chlorine will get negative charge and this hydrogen will get positive charge. And Pauling scale, this is important thing. Pauling scale, which scale is used to determine the electronegativity? Which scale? Pauling scale. This line also underlined it. Page number 111 it is given. Okay. So Pauling scale is used to determine the electronegativity. This electronegativity, difference in electronegativity of two atoms contains 1.7. If that electronegativity value is 1.7, means that bond must be contains 50% covalent character and 50% ionic character. If the electronegativity is less than 1.7, means the bond must be considered as covalent nature. If the electronegativity value is greater than 1.7, means the bond must be considered as ionic character. In electronegativity, in the periods it will be increases, in the groups it will be decreases. Have you understood the periodic properties? Next I am going to teach metallurgy. Metallurgy. So students, listen, our human life is associated with various metals, right? Human life is associated with various metals. Every day we are using, in our day-to-day activities, we are using lot of metals. Can you say some example for metals? Yes, gold, silver, platinum, iron, copper, etc. etc. So lot of metals we are using in our day-to-day activities. So this metals, first we are going to study metallurgy. Metallurgy means extracting the metals from their ores and modifying the metals. Okay, so what is metallurgy? Extracting the metals. From where we are getting these metals? From the ores or minerals. Okay, so first we have to extract the ores. Okay, so extracting the metal from ores and modifying the metals, that is called as metallurgy. This metallurgical process involves 3 steps. Okay, what are the steps? How many steps? 3 steps. That is, first one is concentration concentration or separation of ores. Then second step is production of metal. Production of metal. Then third step is refining the metal. Refining the metal. So what are the steps involved in this metallurgical process? Concentration or separation of ores. Then second one, production of metals. Third one, refining the metal. So first, concentration or separating. Okay, first we have to remove the impurities. We should remove the impurities. So separation of ores means this is the process to remove the impurities. Then second step, production of metals. So production of metal means convert the ores into metal. Okay, this is the process to convert the ores into metal. The last, refining the metal means this is the process to purify the metal. Have you understood the metallurgical process? How many steps we are using? 3 steps. What are they? Concentration or separation of ores, then production of metal, then refining the metal. So concentration or separation of ores means to remove the impurities. Then production of metal means convert the ore into metal. Okay, convert the ore into metal. Then last, refining means to purify the metals. Can you study? Then next, terminologies. Several terminology we are using in this metallurgy. Terminology of this metallurgy. Okay, terminology of this metallurgy. Here, mostly we are using minerals. We are using the word minerals, ores, minings. These are the words we are using. In this terminological word, here 5 or 6 words we are using. Okay, so we can see that one. First one, mineral. 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 Then second one, ore. Okay, ores. Minerals, ores. Then third one, mining. Mining. Then fourth one, gangue or matrix. Gangue or matrix. Then fifth one, flux. Then sixth one, slag. Seventh one, smelting. So what are the terminology in metallurgy? Minerals, ores, mining, gangue or matrix, flux, slag, smelting. So mineral means, you all know, it is a single compound or complex mixture. From the earth crust we are getting the minerals, right? So it is a single compound or complex mixture. Okay, mineral means that is a single compound or complex mixture. Then ores. Ores means which mineral can give large amount of metal. Okay, which mineral can give large amount of metal, that is called as ores. We can see the example, clay and bauxite. Clay and bauxite. See, both this clay and bauxite, both it will be contains aluminium. Okay, so aluminium and some other minerals present here. So here this bauxite only can give more amount of aluminium. This clay also can give the aluminium, but this bauxite can give more amount of, large amount of aluminium. So that this bauxite is called as ore and clay is called as mineral. Have you understood the difference? So mineral means single compound or complex mixture. Then ore means which mineral can give large amount of metal. Which mineral can give large amount of metal, that is called as ore. Example for ore, clay and bauxite. Okay, from this clay and bauxite, this bauxite only can give large amount of aluminium. So this bauxite is called as ore and this clay is called as minerals. The next, mining. Okay, mining means extract the ores from earth crust. So first we need to take ores, right? Then only we can take the metals. So So you have to extract the ores from where? Earth crust. Extract the ores from earth crust. This is a process to extract the ores from earth crust. Then gangue or matrix. Gangue or matrix means this ores contain some impurities, right? So that impurities is called as gangue or matrix. That means that rocky impurities is associated with the ores. Rocky impurities associated with ores, that is called as gangue or matrix. Have you understood gangue or matrix? Rocky impurities associated with ore is called as gangue or matrix. Then flux. Flux means it is a chemical substance. Okay, flux means what? It is a chemical substance. It is added to remove the impurities. Okay, when we are adding the flux in this gangue contains rocky impurities, right? So, flux means one chemical substance. When we are adding some chemical substance in that ore, it will be separated. So, the chemical substance added to remove the impurities. Example for flux is calcium oxide and silica. This silica is the acidic flux and this calcium oxide is a basic flux. If our ore is base means we are adding the acidic flux. If our ore is acid means we should add the basic flux. Have you understood? So flux means it is a chemical substance. Okay. Then next is slag. Slag means that is a waste product. Okay. So here slag means gangue react with flux to form slag, waste product. Okay. The next smelting. So before explaining this smelting, I can say you all know jaggery. So this jaggery contains some impurities. How we can remove the impurities? We will add some water and heat it. We can separate out that jaggery, right? So like that, melting and separating. Okay, melting and separating. In this process, in this melting process, is reduced the roasted metallic oxide. Roasted metallic oxide to metal. Roasted metallic oxide to metal. In this melting process, slag is removed as the impurities. When we are adding the flux, slag is removed. Have you understood smelting? So smelting means it is a process to reduce the roasted metallic oxide into metal, just like melting and extracting. Okay, melting and extracting, that is the smelting process. Have you understood? So what are the terminology in metallurgy? Minerals, ores, mining, gangue or matrix, flux, chemical substance, slag and smelting. Okay, minerals means it is a single compound or complex mixture. Ores means which mineral can give more metal, that is called as ore. Example, clay and bauxite. Then mining means ores from the, it is a process extract the ores from earth crust. Then gangue or matrix means the rocky impurities are associated with ores, that is called as gangue or matrix. Then flux, it is a chemical substance added to remove the impurities. Mostly calcium oxide and silica is added in this ore. Then slag means gangue. When gangue react with the flux, we will get slag. Slag is a waste product. Then smelting, it is a process to reduce the roasted metallic oxide into metal. In this process, slag will be removed. It is a impurity, so it will be removed. When we are adding the flux, the slag will be removed. Have you understood? Can you study? So what are the topics we studied in this class? Properties, periodic properties, 5 properties we studied. Then next we studied the metallurgy. In metallurgy, 3 steps we studied. What are the steps? concentration or separation, then production of metal, refining the metal. Then we studied terminology in metallurgy. Terminology in metallurgy. Here we studied 6 steps. Study students. Okay.